And now, for your listening pleasure, straight out of Milwaukee, the least talked about podcast in Wisconsin, Hypocritical, with your guides, Alexa MKE and Shock the Monkey, MOKE. We're your guides where we praise or vent on all things that in the end just
Just don't
don't
matter.
matter.
And
And
we
they
are
still don't
recording
matter.
now.
All right. They still don't matter in 2021. Welcome to the new year, Alexa.
I hope they matter less in 2021. 2020's over. Dumpster fire out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like this one will be that much better. Yes.
it better be. Did you get your $600?
No, I did not yet.
I didn't get
I
mine
didn't look, I
either.
didn't look today. Yesterday I looked. I did not look today.
Yeah, no, I didn't either. So yeah. So actually, I'm gonna remember to do it for this.
Well, actually, I didn't get my 600. I'm actually calling up the government and asking them to look for 11,800 more.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that later. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah. But
Come
all
on,
right.
obviously you can find them.
Yeah, yeah. So what'd you do for New Year's?
All right, stayed home like I should have, like everybody should have.
Yeah, we
Everybody
stayed home
did.
too. We went to bed early.
Actually, it snowed, so as a maintenance guy, I had to go out and clear the sidewalks at
Oh,
until
that's
11
right. Yeah.
o'clock. Yeah.
Fun,
So I was up at
exciting.
midnight, that's for sure. Wasn't ready to go to bed yet. So,
Oh, yeah, no, we were looking for something to watch and we were trying to look for um like a concert or something because the New Year's Eve things aren't that great. So then YouTube TV or YouTube had this thing it's like, "Oh, we're going to have a YouTube New Year's Eve. We're going to have all these, Dua Lipa and a bunch of really cool musical guests and we come on it's a bunch of YouTube stars doing stupid YouTube crap." So,
oh, just influencers, you mean? Or
yeah, and we should say that because we're on YouTube, but it's like
we're not influencing many people here, though. I wouldn't call us influencers. The thorns and sides, yes. Influencers, no.
well, once you get to 100, you become an influencer. So we have about what? About
80 more to go.
91 subscriptions
Yeah.
to go.
80 minus us two seeing it a half a dozen times. So yeah,
Right,
94.
yeah. Yeah. I only watch it once. Come on, give me a break.
Yeah. On each platform.
Okay, so I did do the bubbles for this, so we already did the bubbles. So you have on here something about Zoom. What were you doing with Zoom?
Oh well, that's what we did for Christmas then. I mean, have you zoomed with the family to do one of these things yet for Thanksgiving or anything like that?
No, I don't have any family to Zoom with. I got Rhiannon, so
Yeah, right. Well, unfortunately, I have family. I have three girls, a sister, her two
unfortunately, I'm
kids.
sure your daughters love that.
So, after the last one we did, I was kind of like, they said, hey, we want to set up a Zoom for Christmas, and, what day was best? 25, 26, 27, and my birthday is the 27th. So,
Oh,
related
happy
there.
birthday!
So, yeah, it's easy to forget because it's so damn close to Christmas. And then, so, they were saying, well, I would try 26th, 27th. And then I said, well, and everybody chimed in. We haven't heard from Dave. And I just went, I think I'm going to be busy at that moment.
Ah! So did you do the Zoom or not?
Well, and so we'll talk about this a little bit later too. I had something to drop off at my folks'. It actually came earlier. I thought I was going to come after the holidays. So they were doing it on the 26th, which is actually my daughter's birthday, my first daughter. So if getting my birthday trampled on enough by Christmas wasn't enough, my first daughter got wedged in between. So again, as the joke goes, it's Christmas or birthday. They're out of money by the time they get to me. So so we did it
Aww.
on the 26th, and so we got up there just in time to be able to. Mom and Dad were in the living room, kind of where the heater is. We were in the kitchen they had set up a Zoom for us on the kitchen computer, and they were in on the main computer in the other room. So we Zoomed kind of like
You guys were
from
all
just
in the same house and you did a Zoom?
yeah, well, no, and then we had Minneapolis people, we had my Seattle
Oh,
people, we
okay.
had
All
our
right. That
Arizona
makes more
people,
sense.
my girls, and all that. Yeah, so yeah, so I said we talk about herding cats all the time. Zoom is herding cats. I mean, I know. What do you mean you don't like being on TV? You're always on TV, and I go, that's a whole different thing. I'm in control here. Well, half in control. 50%. That's not the case, and I can hit a mute button if I want, and I can
Just so you
shut it
know,
down if I
Dave's not
want.
in control.
Yeah. See, she lets me believe I am, and that's how good she is. So again, I understand Zoom. It's great, that's what you got to do in these times. But geez, I just don't like it.
I've done Zoom medical, with my primary care provider, and it's like it's bizarro. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just bizarro, but I'm not going into a damn office. It's like
I'll learn
forget
to
that.
live with it. Yeah,
I don't
the
have any
awkward
need to.
stuff.
You
Yeah.
stay in your office, I'll stay at my house. So yeah. So
I have not finished The Mandalorian
okay,
yet.
so you've
I'm
not. I've
sorry.
finished the Mandalorian, so we won't talk about the Mandalorian. It gets better if you haven't finished it. So I just want to say that.
Good, good.
But I
I'm
did
enjoying
finish
it.
the Expanse up until the current episode. Did you do?
Right, they're doling those out once a week, which
Yep.
I've been enjoying. That's a good. I like this better than last year, so it's already been kind of cool. But wow, what a way to bombard the earth.
Oh, that was so cool. I mean, I don't want to do any big spoilers, but I just feel like some of the character development's going to be really good. Were you aware that the actor who plays Alex will not be on the series any longer?
Well, there's only one more season to go.
But they're going to be cutting his character out of the story arc. I guess in the book his character isn't a real big part. He's a bigger part in the
Uh,
in the
sure.
in the TV part, but what happened is he got caught in a sexual misconduct thing,
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh boy.
and so they've basically fired him. So they're going to be cutting him out of the story. Just so anybody who's watching knows, he will be going bye-bye.
So we're doing soap operas. Now the part will be played by of Lord Faltermeyer will be played by Jimmy
No, unfortunately,
Jones.
he's just going bye-bye. So,
Uh,
um,
yeah, there was an accident. They killed Kenny.
yeah. Whoops, you bastards. Um, so I did find a cool thing. I know you like music. I don't know. Do you like trippy rave music?
No.
Okay. You won't want to watch this. So we're, flicking through the Netflix, and I actually wish I would have found this on New Year's Eve. It's called Climax, the source, and Climax is spelled QLIMAX. And they gave kind of a vague, description of it, and I'm going, what is this? It's like supposed to be music, or is it like an art thing, or what? And what it is it's actually this really kind of cool, trippy, performance art slash rave slash goth horror kind of film. But I guess Climax is a big music festival in the Netherlands. And so, it was like, I'm watching it and I'm going, I'd take more of this and I would watch it again. So,
Well, it depends. You said you named many more things besides the music of rave. Where two computers and a microphone. I mean, I'm not into that. But you're talking about the melding of all those things. That's a whole different thing.
yeah, so
So
they had like free runners, they had dancers, they had fire dancers, they had lasers, they had
my daughter goes to this rave thing. I think it's in Michigan. I can't make it sure, but it's called like this enchanted forest, and she sends back pictures of it all the time. And it is the most beautiful thing that they set up there.
she would
And
like this. She would
yeah,
love this.
yeah, probably. I mean, I want to just even though I don't like all that techno music, I want to go there. That's the closest thing to Woodstock I've seen in my life, and Burning Man, yeah, without having to go to Burning
This is
Man.
very Burning Man-esque. So
Uh,
I would suggest if you like that type of thing that you watch it. It's only like 56 minutes long, and that's with the
oh, good.
credits.
That's
So
great.
it's not a long
An
watch,
hour. Yeah.
but I want to watch it again because I think there's things that on
You
the
miss.
first watch you miss. Yeah.
You
So
take it in, right? Like a picture, running by a picture the first time, a masterpiece. You don't see it all.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, it's not for everybody. It's definitely got its audience, but I kind of like that kind of music. I've always liked like house. This is more hard style. I've liked house and different types of techno and whatnot, ambient and things like that. So anybody who's like into that like festival style music with DJs and laser lights and crap, you're gonna like this because it actually tells a story. So it is kind of cool. So There's my.
Nice. Good, good. All right. And the repair shop, I think, is that the guy who's working on clocks or something?
So the repair shop is a British TV show, and
They always have the best stuff.
yeah, and it's like the guy who like is the main guy, like the storyteller or whatever, is Jay Blades or the host or whatever. And what they do is they have people from around Great Britain bringing their valuables, old, and some of them are real valuable, some of them aren't valuable at all, but they repair them. Everything from teddy bears and dolls to portraiture and paintings and ceramics and woodwork and ironwork and upholstery and clocks and toy mechanisms and everything. And I like seeing people do things with their hands. It's like,
Right.
and
No,
that's what they
no.
do. They repair these beautiful things, and there's stories behind them, which are kind of nice because they're not like these in-depth, tearjerker human interest stories. But even on that level, they're interesting stories. But the cool thing is, we found out about this show is they don't charge the people to do this. You have to be accepted, and then they will fix your item. And some of the items other people have refused to fix, and they do such a nice job. So it's kind of a
Oh,
cool show.
sure. Because it's like when people do those custom cars, they do it all themselves and they try to sell it and they get half of what they put into it, and it's well, that's you're never going to come out ahead on that. I watched a guy do the video on, just running across Facebook where he took this old bread slicer, took it all apart, polished the slicing mechanism, made new woods for the V, took all the rust off it, new bolts, and I'm like, just to slice a piece of bread with it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, the time you put into that thing,
But you know
it was,
what? If it's a valuable object to you, then that's worth it. Because some things that are around us, we don't care. Like this weekend, I was cleaning some
disposable
stuff.
side.
Yeah,
We're
I broke a
disposable side.
bowl. It was like, oh well. But there's some things that if I had knocked them over and broken them, or if the cat knocked them over and broke them, I'd be upset. So it's kind of nice to have that where these people can have their items that are old and dilapidated or broken put back together. And the lady who does the paintings is
Family heirloom
just
that never worked, right?
yeah.
The clock that never worked, the cuckoo that never came out, whatever it may be. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it's cool if you like things like that and you like the little human interest stories. Again, they're not very long. They've got several episodes and they're kind of like a fun guilty watch. So, you know, that's kind of that thing. So
And
yeah.
Bavarian Beast. Now I'm interested in that. Is that what?
Okay, so tell me what you think the Bavarian Beast is.
I don't know. It could be a Sasquatch. It could be or it could be a guy that the muscle man that they have. I have no idea.
Okay, it's not Milverine.
No,
So
not what's his name? Frazier from X-Men, right?
no, it's not. So anyway, we're walking through Woodman's and the kids came over the week before Christmas because they had already had COVID and were over it, so they weren't able to be carriers. So we had them over and we're like, what are we gonna eat? And we kind of had figured out our food. And I'm walking through and I see the Bavarian Beast. And what it is, it's like a pizza-sized box with a giant pretzel in it that you warm in the oven and eat with whatever you want. So we had it with I put out mustard and stuff like that.
Sure, cheese.
Oh my, well I don't do cheese, but oh my
Right.
god, if you want a fresh pretzel, this thing
The
is
Bavarian
amazing.
Beast.
Yeah, so it's a
Well,
yeah.
kind of like did Pizza Hut just come out with a pizza that's just the crust now? They just
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me. But this is really good, and it was so good that we actually bought a second one for New Year's Eve. So
Cool, yeah, well, that's great. Bavarian Beast. All right,
yeah.
well,
So
I gotta knock off
oh,
so much
and
of the
Milwaukee
salt of
Pretzel
those
Company.
things.
It's local,
Oh,
so
local, cool.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
just when you get those, you just gotta knock off like 90% of those big, salt chunks they put on
no, no, no.
there.
You get to put your salt on. So what you do is you either can put butter on it or run it under water, and then you put your salt on before you bake it. So you can, and they give
Just do
you like
half if you wanted to.
they
Oh
give you
yeah.
like 2 or 3 tablespoons of salt. So if you want to just dip the thing in salt and have it like, that's fine. But I just sprinkled it on. It was perfect.
I'd
So
say I take it off. I just don't salt anymore. You know what I mean? Try not to.
yeah. Well, a couple of little bitties of salt are good because you get that little bit
No,
of
it
a hit.
is. It is. Like I said, I knock off some of them, not all of them, when I get
Yeah.
them from the ballpark or something like that.
Yeah. So Fargo TV, you've been watching the show.
Have you seen any of the series yet of them? There's been like, I'll have to
N-
look, four or
no, I
something, maybe
haven't. And they
four.
again, it's about how much time do I have to watch?
Right, right,
You
right,
know.
right. The one with Billy Bob Thornton, if you go back, was great. There's been a couple of really great ones. This one had Chris Rock in it, and it was a good story, but it was more like a mob story, than it was a Fargo story. And the reason I say that is that Fargo always had some left turn that just happened in it. You know what I mean? That just
Yeah.
would make it wacky, make it really weird and
Well,
and,
that
and
the
black
original was
comedy.
Coen Brothers, the original
Right,
movie.
right, right,
Yeah.
right. Exactly. So you always kind of got that, and the characters. This one was more subdued. There wasn't a real, I mean, they tried to do a couple of little things here and there, but it's kind of like it was. I'm not mad. I'm just like, well, it was a great story, but to put the Fargo stamp on it, even though every Fargo series has been different, they're not cohesive in any way, shape, or form. It just didn't feel like a real Fargo episode
It
there.
didn't
So
feel like it fit with the universe.
right, it didn't
Okay.
feel like it fit with the Fargo universe correctly. Now and then the next thing I caught some of the Belushi bio, and again, like anything with over the years, I love John Belushi. I've watched most of the things I could about him and everything like that. But there were a lot of new things that did pop up in there, behind the scenes. Really what was happening, with the Saturday Night Live, how he got involved, and the beforehand, and he ran a radio station for a while. I didn't know that, and
Ah, that's
yeah.
cool.
So yeah, there was the other side, but God darn it again, here we go with the tortured soul of the funny man. Gosh, we gotta start watching out for those guys. They just
Yeah.
they,
Well, and a lot
I
of
don't
them
know.
are depressed and they become suicidal and
Boy, Robin Williams and all that. It just keeps happening to these guys. Um, um, Even with Farley, Chris Farley just saw Tommy Boy again the other day.
yeah.
I mean,
Madison guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's just like these holes that they gotta fill and they can't somehow. And phew,
Well,
ugh.
there's a lot of people who cover their pain with laughter, it's really sad when you think about it.
Right, right. It's covering up. It covered up something early on again. I don't know why. I don't know what the tragedy was in my life to make me such a fucking funny guy.
Well, you get to rant though, so
Right, right.
you get to
And
blow it
then you
up.
go, hey, Packers are on the
Woohoo!
way.
We are number
Number one
one. We're
seed.
literally number one right
Number
now.
one.
But
Yeah.
but we have to keep it.
I know. The higher you are, the farther the fall.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
all
I'm
it is.
like I'm cautiously optimistic because the last two games they played really really well.
Oh my gosh, they have played. I mean, you sit there and you bitch about this and you bitch about that, but you're like in the end, oh my God, they put a really good game together. The amount of records that we've been breaking and Rogers has, and
Oh
he's gonna
yeah.
get MVP, and it's just gosh, I want it all the way again now. We need one more now before Rogers goes away. We just get one more.
Well, and for me, I'm like the I'm not an armchair quarterback. I am an armchair defensive coordinator. Like when they don't do their job, I'm yelling at the screen. Like the offense pretty much takes care of itself, and the special teams sometimes you just kind of what. But yeah, I'm an armchair defensive coordinator.
Oh, I get that. I get that. What are you dropping back that far? What do where's the guy supposed to pick up that guy? And how did you fall for that bite?
Yeah.
But we have been defending really well. I mean, a couple of passes that went in there that they caught were just, the other guys are good too. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's the thing.
They got
The whole
mossed
nine.
sometimes.
Right, right. Oh, and so my next thing is the reason I have Wisconsin behind me, which great they won as
Yes,
well.
your
They're
artwork, which is not quite
yeah,
artwork this time.
right. Their mayonnaise butches or whatever dicks or mayonnaise
I
bowl.
know my husband was like, it was Dale's mayonnaise or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. And did you see what Merch did to the trophy?
No, I didn't.
They're in the locker room and they're all chanting and whatever, trophy, trophy. Mertz grabs the trophy, slips out of his hands, falls to the ground, shatters. It's a glass trophy, shatters. So our quarterback fumbled the trophy and
Whoops.
it shattered. And then they taped a Dick's or Don's or whatever, Frank's,
Mayo jar.
mayonnaise, yeah, on the thing, and hey, it's a mayo bowl, anyway. So,
Ugh. Well, there's so many bowls. It's like, there's like, there's the orange bowl, the citrus bowl, the, the
sugar
rose
bowl, cotton
bowl, the
bowl.
toilet bowl, the
Rose Bowl's the
Tostitos
only damn
bowl.
thing that matters. The Rose
Yeah.
Bowl. That's it.
Yeah.
Now, what that brings me to, though, as well, is that for Chrissy's birthday, we got her a Bucky board. So as soon as, and keep on looking on the site to see when it's going to show up, but she's going to be one of the cutouts in the stand for the basketball games.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Yeah, yeah, you can go on and still do it. I mean, the season's going to be shortened up here pretty quick, but yeah, so you get to be in the stands. It was $60, and you get to, and at the end of the season, you can go and pick it up, and when you're done, if you'd have done it early, or if we'd have known it about it, you could have done it for football, and for $15 they would have shipped it to the basketball, so you'd have gotten both of them, if you'd have done it in the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of nice too. But yeah, she's gonna, so that's kind of cool. She'll be a fan in the stand.
Okay. There you
If
go.
you ever go to the site, they're hilarious because people put their babies and dogs and stuff like that, on these cardboard cutouts.
I should do something like that.
Yeah, just go look at some of them that they did. There's some really fun ones there, and you can tell like some people got them together because they got like an arm on one side that still transfers over to the next one, or so it was kind of fun that way to see some of those.
That's
too.
awesome. That's really awesome. All right, so it's time for Internet Adventure.
That sound like bubbles.
Yep, those are bubbles. All right, so you order a lot of stuff online?
Yeah, and even I used USPS this year, and I didn't keep the tracking, and I should have.
Yeah, so one of the things I ended up doing was like, we're ordering a lot of stuff online, but then I ended up ordering a lot of stuff because I needed, I got a new seat for the bicycle. I got, a steering stem and some grips. And then I ordered some fabric, and I ordered some sheets, and I ordered a new mattress, and I ordered this and that and the other thing. And they're not from Amazon.
So the sound of beep, beep, beep.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're not from Amazon. So I got all this stuff that wasn't coming from one place. So it's like, now I'm like, okay, when is all this stuff coming? So I'm looking online and saying, hey, there's got to be an app that's going to be able to collate all this information if I just put it in. No. It's like there are apps, but they're really kludgy, and they don't really do what you want them to do. I just want to be able to like say, okay, these are the things. I just want to link back to my order and just be able to check when it's coming. And you would think somebody would have done that by now. It's like,
and it's funny because I do order everything from eBay, Amazon, or whatever, and so there's always tracking. There's always an email that comes. Here's your tracking. Here's your tracking. Damn eBay is reminding me, hey, it's shipped. Hey, it's on the way. Hey, it showed up. So I mean.
yeah, well, I'm getting the emails. That's not the point. The point is now I've got to scroll through my emails to find the damn tracking. The emails that also have your bill is due, or you got this, or
Right.
hey, reminders.
You should be able to put a code. Well, they can do that with those credit cards. When you're trying to figure out how much money you have left on them, you should be able to do a tracking like that, right?
I would think that somebody would put together an app like that. And then I did look, and it's like, oh, this app sounds
There's
really
a
good.
$1 million idea we're giving to somebody else again, Alexa.
No, that's okay, because I don't know how to work an API, and I don't want to deal with iPhone and Android. So even if I did, but it's like I'm sitting there thinking, oh, and so I'm reading this really good review on this app that sounds like it's exactly what I want. The article's from 2016. I go look for it in the Play Store, and it's like it's not there. Probably because they didn't support it going forward for some reason. And it's like, all right, well, that idea goes down the drain. So yes, another fine hypocritical product that isn't going to happen.
Maybe one of our constituents will hear you and take the ball and run.
I hope so. So yeah.
We get 1%. 1%.
Oh hell, I want more than 1%.
Well, yeah. Wait till he makes money, then ask for it. It's like the social network, right?
Yeah, whatever works.
So
So
more monoliths. When we last checked out last year, we were up to 3, I think. I
yeah,
think
I
we
don't
just
remember,
had
but
gotten
did
to
did you
3.
hear about the Milwaukee monolith?
Yeah, it came in and out. It came in and out again. Nobody saw it, and it was gone the next day.
Yeah, but the
So
thing is it was made with cardboard. People were taking pictures with it.
no, and they've all been made like that. If you notice, that's what those guys took down. They've only been like plywood they have not been, unless the original one in
The
Utah, which I'm
original one in
sure.
Utah was made of metal, and I think the one that was in
Ah,
Australia was also made of metal.
there was also a gingerbread house one that showed up somewhere.
That's awesome.
I know, that's great. So, but the great thing is that, is it one group? Is it a Banksy kind of group doing this? Or
I
is
have
it just
no
a bunch,
idea.
or have some other people just taken and said, let's go build a monolith and throw one out? I mean, have we just gotten squirrely, or is it an
Well,
art
and
thing?
then there's those people who are sitting there going, "It's aliens." It's like, no, it's not
Yeah,
aliens.
from Home Depot.
Right? Yeah, illegal aliens. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, that's it for internet adventures. So I know we have some critical things to talk about. So is this critical? So what do you think, Dave? Did you get your $600? You said you didn't. I didn't get
No,
mine.
I didn't look while I should have. Should we look right now?
No,
No.
I didn't get mine.
I didn't get the 2000. I know that.
The first one?
No, the 2000 that they're trying to get
Oh
now.
yeah, no. I got the first one. We had to put in our information in their Get My Payment portal, and then we finally got it in May. It's like
Oh,
it took forever.
no, mine came through like in the second, third round or something, within a couple weeks
Well,
after
see, I'm
that
always
first time.
paying in. They never give me money back. I'm always paying in. So it's like I think this year was the first year I got any money back from anything for a long time because I ran my own business. When you run your own business, they don't give you a damn thing. They want monies.
Yeah, because you're getting it from other people. Just raise your prices.
Yep, pretty much. And that just brings my income up, so I have to pay more in.
Right.
Yeah,
What a terrible. So we should go for socialism.
I think so. Let's go for what do they call that? Basic income, the universal basic income. I'll take a universal basic income every month so I can just work part time. Thank
Live
you.
at 4, yeah. All right, bingo card. So
Well,
you mean
I
like,
thought we were talking about that
mer- okay,
$11,800.
yeah, all right. You want to go in? I didn't know if you were going to bring that up, but
Oh
the later.
yeah, that's why we're doing this.
So 11,800 votes. You got to find them.
Oh, you're talking about the votes. Okay.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah,
Look
I
for.
guess we're doing that.
Oh
What the
yeah,
hell is Dave doing? Oh my God, it's an earthquake.
looking for votes. I'm looking for 11,800 votes.
Dave just had an earthquake, everybody.
Yeah, no,
Did,
just
did you
looking for
find him
votes.
under the laptop or not?
No, I did not.
Oh,
Did
okay.
not find the votes underneath the laptop. Because everybody
Yeah.
knows we won. Everybody knows. You're a criminal and a crook for not doing something about this.
Oh
That's what
my
the
God.
president said.
I didn't even listen to that, but I read some of the transcript and I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. This dude is like totally bonkers and off the rails.
And I'm sure we're still going to get Mitch McConnell, out there. Oh, President has the right to ask for an in-depth look from the
Okay. All right. You sound like an old turtle. I think that's about right.
Mitch McConnell. Yes, my Mitch McConnell.
They're all so punchable. Him and Ron Johnson. Like when Ron Johnson first got elected, I thought he was very punchable. He just had a weaselly face,
Uh,
and he is not for Wisconsin. He is for
I
Donald
can't.
Trump.
I can't believe how feverishly he has been on this. Oh my gosh.
I just hope that the
Well,
Georgia
you look at Georgia.
runoffs.
Yeah, what's Georgia going? They released it. They probably haven't released anything yet, right?
Probably not, but if they win both their runoffs for Dems, Johnson's out of his seat. So I'm kind of
oh, oh, gosh. Oh,
yeah.
Georgia. Come on. Georgia on my mind.
You gotta do it,
Yes.
Georgia. Yeah, because it's only 6:30 there, so I think their polls close at 8.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, let's sweep this in. We got just a few more days of this thing.
Yeah, a couple more weeks. So yeah. So what do you think, Dave? Are we gonna need a bingo card?
Yes, because we all like to have those things. We all like to share in the misery that comes through Zika viruses, uh,
Murder
murder
hornets.
hornets, Wolverines going nuts, you know, the what are the Frankenstein minks that came up. They thought they were undead minks because they buried them from the COVID and they came up from bloating.
Ah, so much fun. I tell you, I'm so over 2020. Let's not even talk about that.
Uh,
So
Yeah,
yeah.
so no, I think there's just more fun to be had. And I think the fact that that Facebook and memes can make fun of it and have fun of it, that we need that.
Yeah,
That's part of
I agree.
yeah.
I think that that lightens the load a little bit when everybody's just like to their breaking point, and then all of a sudden you see something that just makes you bust a gut. It's kind
Yeah.
of funny.
I
Yeah.
mean, when it comes down to that, like you say, bingo card, there was that whole thing in front of the chalkboard with the guy going like, "Who had murder hornets for August?"
That's right.
I mean, you know,
Who had monoliths for December?
yeah, right. Aliens. So, oh yeah, and there was a blue thing that fell into water, the UFO. Remember the blue thing in the that they just saw recently in the last couple of days.
And you
They
know what that
tracked.
probably is?
Ah,
That's probably a chunk of ice from when they did the toilet thing and they released it from
yeah,
an airplane.
blue, glowing blue. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So vaccines. Yes, I'm taking. I will definitely take it.
I'm gonna be first in line as soon as it's available. Sorry.
Just
I'm
yeah.
I'm considered high risk, so
Yeah, and
I'm
well,
going.
I want to go visit my parents that are high risk. So
Yeah,
well,
there you
that's the
go.
way.
Well,
That's
and
the way.
technically you're in the age group that's
I'm
a
out.
risk too.
Yeah, well, I'm a good carrier.
Yeah.
I'm out in the public. I'm still working. I'm an
Yeah.
essential. We
Well,
should be.
and
I should be getting it.
yeah, and me too. And it's like I gotta give I work for Penzies, fair disclosure. We have not had a case of COVID in 3.5 weeks.
That's
It's
great. I mean,
it's
especially now
yeah,
with
they're
the
doing a
strike
great
going
job.
on. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So the Wisconsin man. Can I say Wisconsin man? Because it's
As
usually
in
Florida
Florida
man.
man, but
Florida
Wisconsin man.
man.
Yeah.
We've had enough Wisconsin mans lately after, that botched attempt to try to steal the mayor of Michigan, and they're all from Wisconsin, I guess. But
Yeah.
Wisconsin man, leaves out, the vials, the pharmacist, because he believes that they aren't good,
He thought they
because
weren't safe.
they weren't safe. I need more. He's going through a divorce. There's more to it than that. There's
I
more.
think he is mentally unhinged.
Now the same thing is now they're going to actually talking about they still have the doses, so they don't know if they're bad or not yet apparently. So he may not get off with a misdemeanor because they didn't destroy the doses. Have to destroy them so
Well,
far.
wouldn't you say they're evidence though? I mean, how do you know whether they're good or not? It's like food. If you left it out, you can't sit there and assume it's bad or good. You have to assume it's bad.
Right, right. Well, all the other people that took the doses, some people actually had those doses administered.
They
So
did, but that would just make them inert. It wouldn't make
no,
them.
it's not. They're not going
It's
to get
not going to
a
cause any
reaction from
harm.
it.
It's just going to
Right.
make them inert, and they'll have to get
But the only way to
revaccinated.
find out if they're still good is if it were still good is go check those people and see if they have the antibodies for it.
Right. And they should
You
get
know?
their second dose at the proper time because each dosage, the Pfizer and the Moderna have different
Yeah,
timelines
it's always
between
in
their
a week though.
dosages.
It's a three. It's like a month. One's three
One is
weeks.
3 weeks
A
and one's a
month.
month. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but what it comes down to is that you just go give those people two. Come back in. Just give them two again. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
jeez.
But there are side effects to, getting the vaccine. I'm gonna get my vaccine. I'm gonna wait my 30 minutes once I get it, and then because they're saying they want you to sit there for 30 minutes according to Aurora, and once we have enough and I can get it, I'm just gonna take the day off of work the next day.
Apparently, when you're someone who is prone to allergies or allergic to things, has allergies, allergic to stuff, that's a sign that you may actually have a reaction.
Yeah,
So
and
it's
I don't
part of
think
the.
I looked at their ingredients. I don't think I'm allergic to any of that, but how do you know until you get it?
No, it's kind of like
Because
right, right. It's kind of like people who tend to have allergic reactions to things will have an allergic reaction. That's
right.
that's what they yeah
Yeah, and
yeah.
I am allergic to dairy, but I don't think dairy is one of the things that they're
Oh no,
using.
I think it's more like penicillins and things like that, probably,
Well,
huh?
here's the weird thing about penicillin that I read. Just a little aside. I have on my medical records that I'm allergic to penicillin, and I just read a thing that said people who are allergic to penicillin as a child generally outgrow it within 10 years, and that's the last time I had penicillin. I was probably 12 or 13 years old, and so I haven't had penicillin since. I've had, erythromycin and some uh,
Why where are your
Keflex and
check?
some
Yeah, right,
other,
right, 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 right.
yeah, but I have not had penicillin in forever, and I may not be allergic to it anymore. Who
Yeah,
knows?
how do you check that out?
Yeah, how do you know? I mean, that it's like, oh, you might
Can you
not be
just give me
allergic
a
to it.
little? Yeah, can you give me? Well, I'm here. Can you just give me a shot of penicillin, see if I react at all?
Yeah, let's see if I go into anaphylactic shock.
Yeah,
No big
let's,
deal.
let's get. We have an EpiPen ready.
Yeah, you
Okay.
don't want an EpiPen.
So County Stadium is changing names again.
Yes, we are now going to be American Family Field. Here's the big question though. Is Miller Park Way going to be American Family Field Way?
Oh.
I don't
Well,
think
but
so.
then you got to change all the maps and all that. And
I
I
know.
just bought an atlas. Come on, you can't do that to me.
Well,
I'd
you
have
got
to get a new
You got
atlas.
Miller Park Way on your
On the atlas, yeah.
yeah,
So, I don't want to go get another atlas if they change the road.
right? Yeah, I don't know.
Otherwise, I don't know where I'm going, right?
Exactly. Exactly. So,
So, what's the last music you bought?
that I purchased?
Yes.
I think I'm trying to think if it was Beats Antique, their latest, which I think is Shadowbox, which would have been 3 years ago. Why?
Oh, and what format did you use?
Oh, digital, because that's how it came.
Right, click and drag. Okay, so you just downloaded it, right?
Yeah, I pretty much
Right.
it was on my Napster,
Is it
probably, or Amazon
Napster?
Prime or something.
Right, right, right.
No, I'm
Napster,
kidding.
LimeWire. Napster came
Napster
back.
turned into
They came. They
Rhapsody,
went
which turned
right.
back into
Yeah,
Napster. So
yeah, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I used to do LimeWire back in the day and steal all my music off of there. That
you're
was
so
a.
old.
Hey, the one thing I'm missing in your picture, your shot, which usually is in a room like this, is a tower full of old CDs that you don't listen to.
We got rid of our old CDs a long time ago. We took them over to Record Head.
So
Is that what it
yeah,
is? Is it still Record Head? It's over in West Dallas?
yeah. I
Yeah, I
took
took
mine.
that with my Nintendo.
Yeah, I took mine to where was it? Something exchange, CD exchange or something
Yeah.
over there by the Best Buy. Yeah, I brought in all my stuff and I was during the divorce and needed money and there when I looked at the tape I had 500 450 CDs at the time.
Oh my God,
Box
what'd they give
sets.
you? $2?
Well, yeah, it was it was almost worked out to $1 a CD. Almost. And that was what I didn't think I couldn't believe that it was less than that. But it was like the whole I looked at the tape and some of them like were worth money. Like you see 99 cents, 75 cents, 99 cents, and then you'd see like $2.36, on just a single disc and I'm like I need to take all these back and go through and find out which ones they are the hard to get ones because there's a couple of hard to get ones in here if they're going to give me
Yeah.
3-4 times the amount of the normal disc on it.
So what we did is we took over all of our old DVDs, all of our old CDs, and all of the vinyl we didn't want. And my husband had gone through all of our vinyl and kept the stuff that was actually worth money because he had like an old George Harrison album that's worth like right now like $70. He had the
No.
original. So,
Oh.
there's stuff like that we kept and we hung on to it.
Yeah, no, and that's great, and that's vinyl, yes. And I did the same thing. I took all the CDs, put them on my computer, and now I do iPods, which have already gone out of style. My iPod Classic. You still using that old thing? Oh
That's
my God!
right.
Oh
Just
my gosh! I
put
can't
it in the
believe that.
cloud on your phone.
Oh, I can't believe that. No, no, I'm not doing that now. So, but it's great news that actually vinyl surpassed CDs in sales this the last marketing quarter that
Yeah,
they
it's
have.
it's actually been for a while that vinyl has been making a lot of inroads on the music part of CDs. So it's like, yeah, it's kind of cool because people like vinyl. It's
Well,
it's a lossless medium.
well, right. The rich the picturesque part of it, opening it up, having an inner sleeve, having if hopefully they have the lyrics on there for you. You know what I mean? But I get the feeling a lot of people are just buying the album, taking the download code, putting that's the only way the disc still never gets played. The album, the wax.
Well, but the thing is like if you are playing vinyl on a quality stereo, hi-fi, um, it
Moonrock Needle.
it is a richer sound. I
Yeah,
mean,
and you
there's
just
just something there that you can't capture with digital because I know I've already listened to stuff and it's like they have like an equalizer on some of these players and stuff and it just never sounds as in depth or rich as it would when you would put it through a proper stereo. Because I
no.
remember, and we'd sit there and play with our knobs.
Yeah, yeah, the equalizer stuff, different shapes and waves and everything. Up, down, up, down, up, down. No, you need the whole wave.
Yep. Yep. So yeah.
It's all right. So, people, we've lost a lot of people last year to COVID and just normal deaths and everything like that. The latest ones we lost again, Squiggy. Hello,
Aw, poor
from Laverne Shore.
Squiggy.
He's gone, and then did
Dawn
I don't
Wells.
yeah now I don't know if the girls had this. Guys certainly did back in the day when we were always watching Gilligan's Island. It was always, are you a Marianne girl or are you a Ginger girl?
Marianne was the girl next door, and Ginger was the va 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 voom Marilyn Monroe clone.
Right, exactly. So,
Yeah.
so I mean, that's just it. It's like, wow, you're Ginger, and I go, God, are you kidding me? The high maintenance on that? Come on, no. Yeah, Marianne,
You need to
she'll
tell that
load
to the Instagram models.
she'll load the hay wagon with you, man. That's the kind of girl you need, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was always Marianne, Marianne, Marianne.
You
So
know,
and there's
most of
that.
the guys like Marianne, and she's a beautiful brunette. And God bless Dawn Wells. She was amazing. You
Oh
know.
gosh, and Gino, you get to see Gino on Channel 6. I wish I
Yeah,
had
Gino
his.
goes to Hollywood. Yep.
Yeah, I wish I had his job. He's a lovable guy, and he's rubbed elbows with everybody. In fact, he was showing a clip where Don Wells came in with a coconut cream pie to Sandra Bullock. He set it up. He knows Don Wells. Donna knows Gino, and he was interviewing Sandra for Gravity, where she's a person, I guess, alone and on her own,
Have you
stranded.
never seen that movie,
No,
Gravity?
no, no, no,
Oh,
no.
it's an amazing movie. The science in it is not
That's
precise.
just it. Interstellar got me off of some stuff, some science fiction stuff. Now I just Interstellar got me too much. I don't know whether to like it or hate it. I'm still one of those right now. But Gino set this whole thing up where she brought the coconut cream pie because they're both castaways. They figured, and I'm just like, my God, Gino, I want your job so bad.
That's funny. Oh my god. Yeah, Gino seems really like a good guy.
Oh God, he's that uncle. He's that uncle that always is funny. Go by Uncle Gino.
Yeah. So I saw this thing too about the police with the
Well, coyote sightings. There were
yes.
a whole
Oh,
bunch
okay.
of.
So I live in West Dallas. I live off the Oak Leaf Trail. I'm very close to Highway 100, and ever since I moved in here 35 years ago, there's been coyotes. It's like we've seen them running around. You can hear them. It's Oh, as soon as the siren goes off, there's coyotes. Like in summer fever, windows open, and the fire truck goes by. It's yeah,
That's great.
yeah. So
So yeah, so since they are so prevalent, um, the town of East Troy Police Department they just want to put you at ease. Don't call us about coyote sightings. And then they did have a certain set of circumstances that
yes.
if something happens,
Well, you
then you
should
can
call them
call
in
them
case of all of
about
these
coyotes.
circumstances.
Right, in these coyotes instances, only then. when one drops an anvil from a hot air balloon.
I've
One's a
never had that happen, but I've seen it from
essential
afar.
giant magnet with Acme on it. Don't eat any bird seed on the ground. If you see some traps, looks like traps. And then if they're on roller skates. So if you see any coyotes on roller skates,
With
then please
rockets. They have to
with
have the
rockets.
rockets attached. They can
Yes,
be on
call the
roller skates, but it's
police.
when they're with the rockets.
Right. Call the police and then call me. Okay, my number is BR549. So please call me if you see that too as well.
There you go. There you go. So, okay. So I know you were
Rantless.
grantless. So
It's been a great holiday. I mean, you didn't have to go around by anybody. You didn't know what it. The only person that is irritating me is the president. So
president's irritating everybody one way or
so
another.
so it's been very nice. People are holding doors open, being nice. I mean, gosh, I saw somebody with a Christmas tree on their roof, and he had it lit up from inside the car. So there was a lit up Christmas tree on his roof. Just
That's
strapped across
awesome.
that. Yeah, you know what I mean. Things like that make me smile. So I really, as a generalization, the last couple weeks been and it's been great weather. We haven't had snow. It's been staying above 30. I
The
mean,
only thing is
it's
I
been
wish it
nice.
would have snowed right before Christmas, so we would have had a white
Why
Christmas.
and everything. Yeah, but nobody is around anyway. So
Well, and so we're like coming home the other day, and the neighbor goes, "You guys were really smart." Because we were watching the weather, and my husband took all the Christmas decorations down before it snowed.
no, you're right. Because otherwise, now it ain't going to happen until probably 4th of July. Yeah, and
No, it
that's
comes down.
well. So my little rant is pictures, and it kind of goes along with that
Pictures, as in
same.
things you pour out of?
No, click, click, click.
Photos.
Photographs, pics. Yes, photographs. My love runs cold. My memory has just been sold. My angel is a centerfold. So pictures.
Girls
Um,
on film.
there you
2
go.
minutes.
2 minutes later.
Girls on film.
I still remember my buddy having the uncensored version of Duran Duran's videos on Laserdisc.
Oh
So
my God.
we went over his house one night and watched it, and so the topless versions of all that stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, so pictures to me are kind of like becoming like the headstones. It's
Okay.
it. And how I love visiting cemeteries because I think there's a lot of cool headstones, but I think they're a waste of time and we shouldn't do them anymore. They're just who goes there after your wife dies? Who goes there?
There are people who still go visit, so.
Okay, for how many years? 30 years? 60 years? There's not a third generation that goes and visits
Well,
unless it's
there's
a
people
family
now who
plot.
are revisiting cemeteries and headstones, and they're caring for them because they think they're really cool pieces of history.
Art,
So
right? Art and history. I mean, I get that's what I appreciate of it. Okay, but now I every year for my parents and my ex-parents, ex mother-in-law, my mother-in-law, um, I make calendars for them from photos. So I always go back. I've been the keeper of the photographs, so I go in there and mix things that happen throughout the year and throwback pictures.
so
And
basically,
so
you're their Facebook timeline
right,
revisit.
exactly. So I've been doing that, for whatever years, 20, almost 30 years now. I've been giving them those calendars. So what I want to do for the girls, I had, I don't know, 1,000 pictures on my computer. So I started trying to weed them all out and, what girls, my daughters, separate them all when they were babies, whose families, I just started doing all that. And I went to Walgreens and made them those books, a book,
Okay, yeah. There's
a
there's
book,
like Shutterstock, or not Shutterstock. There's another one that does it.
Shutterfly. Yeah,
Shutterfly
Shutterfly.
does it. Yeah.
Yep. And Walgreens just uploads the photos, click a button and they get it an hour later, it's amazing. So, I made a couple of those books. One of them, they're 50 pages, 10 photos on a page. One daughter I had to give two books to, the other two each got one that I whittled down to that many pictures, 480. One of my daughters has a stack of photos in a Ziploc this thick that she printed off because I gave her, as I said, yeah, you're right. I got to print some of those off so I have them and they're just not on my phone. If my phone dies or I lose them, I'll lose them. And I'm like, right, right, right. You got to print them off, put them in a book. Well, there they are, in my closet, not hers,
You
you
shouldn't
know.
come to our house. I'll just say that right now.
So I've been the keeper of the photos. So I scanned everything I had from all the stuff I had. Anything that was a photo, I scanned it that I had. Spent, I don't know, months doing that. Just sitting here, scan, getting everything in there. And um, but that's my thing. It's like we kind of laugh at it. It's like who pulls out the picture books anymore? It's like you don't. It's you have Facebook. Oh, there's that picture. There's that picture. Here's they help you look at one from 10 years ago.
Well, see, you shouldn't. That's what I'm saying. You shouldn't come to our house because we literally have boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes. Wait, and boxes and boxes and wait, boxes and boxes and boxes of photographs. My husband's a photo nut, so we have tons of photographs that he never looks at ever.
Do you know how hard it is to look at a photo of your daughters and go, in 3 different times and say this photo isn't worthy of going in. This photo is. It's kind of like I'm like I feel like every time I say no to a photo, a little piece of me died or she's
See, you
dying
you and
inside.
Rod should get together because you guys would just love each other. And I'm kind of like, okay, there's 6 photos here. Which one is the best?
I well,
This one's
that's
good. The other ones, people look like crap, and they've got their eyes crossed. They're looking down. They're
right.
they're
Well,
picking
see,
their nose.
I take 20 pictures at a time, but I do go back in and take out 19 or 18 of them, and then,
Yeah.
then just keep the one, and so it keeps perpetuating. And all of a sudden you look at your, on your little scrolling photos. Oh my God, how long oh my gosh, how far oh my God, I still got
Well, and
that
I'm
one out
guilty
there.
because I take so many pictures of the cats. I mean, seriously, I have tons of pictures. So even I go through them, and I do have a like a gallery, part of my phone where I actually have, I call it the fuzzies, and there's pictures of all the animals, but they're cute pictures. They're not the crappy 6 pictures that I took. It's one of the last 20 that I took. I'll put in there. So
Right. And so I'm just like this book is okay. Maybe it won't be opened a lot. All right. And it's not. It's not supposed to be. It's not something that's opened up every month or anything like that. But if anybody new comes to your family or around you, then it gets opened, and
yeah,
if
I
and it
mean, but it's
and
memories too. If they're feeling nostalgic, it's memories.
right, right, right. And it's like, well, did you cry when you were doing the photos? And I go, no, I just smiled the whole time. I had a smile on my face the whole time, just remembering those times, with the kids and when they were that age and, and everything like that. And so, yeah, it's kind of like, so I made a handheld headstone, if you want to call it that. You know what I mean?
Oh
It's
my God, that's
you
so
know,
horrible sounding.
but that's what a picture book is. It's kind of like a handheld headstone.
A
It's
handheld
it's
headstone.
your
I'm gonna
history.
tell Roger that. Oh, here's my handheld headstone.
And at least this one, I mean, who knows, in the future they're going to have little videos of the guy saying something, perpetually on there that keeps going because there's a solar panel that's connected to a little video screen,
We're
and
gonna
as
be
you
like a
say,
little Harry Potter hologram.
yes, exactly, exactly.
Oh my goodness. All right,
Uh,
all right. So we do
we're at
have
one
a.
hour. We're at 1 hour.
I know. So we
Woo!
gotta do our hip happenings. Wait, we're at 53 minutes.
Oh,
Come
I
on,
see what
Bubbles. There's the Bubbles hip happenings. So January 14th from 5 to 7:30, there is a virtual cooking class at Milwaukee Public Market with Mary Adashek. She's one of their chefs there. You can register online at MilwaukeePublicMarket.com, and the class is $10. But, for people who are social distancing, this is kind of a cool thing. So yeah, and then the other thing I had was there's going to be dog days at the Lynden Sculpture Garden January 16th at 10 a.m. It's got 50 sculptures. It's a very large park. You're welcome to bring your dog, of course, on a leash, I believe. I would go on their website to check that out. So, I mean,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, yeah. So, and then I know we're
Currently,
talking.
admission fees are waived. It said, right? That's
Yeah,
what
the admission.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, the admission fees are going to be waived. So it sounds like and it's going to be the third Saturday of each month. So that sounds like it's going to be a cool thing for people to do to get out, and just do something different,
And be around that 78% higher COVIDity rate people, the dog people.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Anyway, I don't know whether you saw this. We were talking about vinyl earlier, but Family Video is going to close all the remaining
Oh
stores.
no! They threw in the CBD in their stores. I figured that would save them. You know what
Well,
I
and then
mean?
they had the pizza place too. What was the name of it? Like Marco's Pizza or something?
Oh, did they? Family did that video place did?
Yeah,
No.
they all had that pizza place attached to them. I assume they were affiliated, but
Oh, I
yeah.
never really put that together. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
Oh, that sucks.
yeah, it does. But people are, it's Netflix and chill now.
It's sweet. It's streaming. Yeah, but you thought that they would have actually been a bump in this whole thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it was just time. I mean, how long has it been since you've been in Blockbuster? Oh, wait, they're no longer around.
And hey, I was a proponent of Blockbuster up until the end. I lived over there on what was it, Cleveland or something like that, or by Picket Save in Brookfield.
Yeah. Oh,
You
Highway
know,
100 in Cleveland. That's the
yeah,
one we used to go to.
yeah, and the reason is that I was an early person on the through the mail thing. So you'd click, have
Oh,
the
okay.
movies sent to you, through the mail, that you'd rent that way. Got a subscription for $20 a month or whatever, and you could watch as many as you wanted, as quick as you could. And when there was a Blockbuster in the area, you could bring them into that Blockbuster and trade there on site for a movie while you turned it in. So you turned it
Okay.
in, and you got another free movie out of it.
There
So,
you go.
oh my gosh, that was the sweetest deal there ever was,
All
and
right.
that's why they went under.
There you go. Well, you had a couple things to talk about.
Well, yeah, again, I don't like to talk about things that are to do because we're in a pandemic and things are going on. It's hard to do that. I'm still watching my bands out playing, without masks,
Mm-hmm.
and cheek to cheek. And even Trump didn't go to his Mar-a-Lago party
Oh,
that
my
everybody
God.
went to, that Vanilla Ice was on there. Ding, 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 diddling, ding. Ding, 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 diddling, ding.
I'm scared now.
Not a mask in sight. One guy had all these pictures he was showing, like this, not a mask in sight.
Well, it's Trump.
Uh,
What do you expect?
yeah, and he left. Yeah. So I've just talked about closings, unfortunately. Pizzaman closed one of their sites. So
Yeah.
one that just opened up, I don't know, 4
Milwaukee,
years
like
ago now or
staple
something.
pizza man.
Oh yeah, after it got burned down that one time, everyone was
The
worried they
one
weren't
on North,
coming back.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the AV Social, which is actually, boy, in that Mayfair collection,
Yeah,
and
right
that
by Whole Foods.
well, they lost that Phoenix Hospitality Group actually had all those Osgoods, Cafe Grace, Tequila, Del Jefe,
Taqueria del Jefe.
yeah, that. And we know that AJ's went away, and the Snack Shack in there, and oh my God, the barbecue Snack
Well,
Shack,
that
yeah.
Osgoods, everybody said it was horrible. Like, even before COVID, they all said it was horrible and that their burgers were too expensive. So the fact that they didn't survive doesn't surprise me.
Right. It was an upscale burger place, but I'd rather go to the Point Burger place for that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. But that place is decimated now, for that
They
kind of
built
stuff.
that, and it was always kind of like I was surprised that many um, places occupied, that many spaces, that many businesses did occupy that many spaces, but it's kind of like it was in such a strange location. So, because that was
Yeah,
where the old Roundy's
right. Watch
warehouse
that. Yeah,
and hub was. Yeah.
been here from the time that there were still semis there to the time it was abandoned to the time it's this now. Yeah, that's how long
Yeah,
I've
and
been
then
here.
they have that they have an apartment building or condo. I don't know if they're condos, an apartment building or whatever, and it's like I was kind of like look at that going, what are you looking out your window at?
Wow. Wow.
Nothing. I
They're doing
wouldn't
those
want.
some of those down in Wauwatosa, down by the train tracks, by the Metcalfs and everything. They're building more, and you know, right with a view of the train tracks. I'm like, what
Yeah.
the,
Same
well,
thing
you
with
know.
West Dallas. We've got some going up too, and it's kind of like, and those ones, the W or the West or whatever they're calling them, they're like bumblebee yellow and black. It's like, who chose those colors? It's like, come on. Like, so
Transformer.
here, that's another discussion. But
And
yeah.
the annual Alice in Dairyland competition, not going to happen this year. So
Well,
that
and
reigning girl gets to go 2 years.
well, she's lucky. So one other thing that I don't have in the show notes is the Admirals have canceled their 2021 season.
Oh, no,
They
really?
will not be playing hockey for 2021. So, yeah,
Wow.
that was when I think I looked at it yesterday and forgot to put it in the show notes. So
Oh, they're
there
going
was
to
that.
try to do the bubble for the Sweet 16 and all that for the March Madness now too. Did I see that? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. College students in bubbles. That's worked so well so far.
Hey, again, back to the NFL. They made it through, man. As much as they limped it at home, they made it through. You know what I mean?
I think that's because the serious players took it seriously.
Yeah, but that only takes one guy who's not serious to screw all the serious people up. You know, that's all it is.
Yeah, and I think they saw that with the Titans earlier in the year.
Yes.
Yeah. So, last but not least, we have pearls
Pearl.
of wisdom. So yeah, pearls of wisdom. Da 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 da. So my pearl of wisdom is by Chuck Palahniuk, who is the author of Fight Club and other dystopic, interesting,
Should
fun,
you be
weird.
telling this then? Should you
We
be talking about this
we should
quote?
be. So you realize that our mistrust of the future makes it hard to give up the past. So we shouldn't mistrust the future. We should trust in the future. We should have um, positive hopes for the future because holding on to the past isn't necessarily a good thing. And we certainly don't want to hold on to 2020.
No, no. This is that. Remember that little thing I had where you did that moon ceremony where you're supposed to go like at the beginning of the month and end of the month and put a bunch of stuff in a bowl and burn it for the for like just to whisk it all away like girlfriends like women do when
Oh,
they
like
break up with a
when you leave
boyfriend.
somebody
Yeah, and
in a
then you
bad
yeah,
relationship.
right. Burn all the stuff in the garbage can. Yeah.
Well, for 2020, it wasn't a garbage can. We were supposed to burn the dumpster, remember?
Dumpster. Yeah, we're supposed to burn the dumpster.
Yeah, the dumpster
Right.
fire and then just get rid of the dumpster, melt it
Oh,
down.
I still got to do that. I got to go online and get a 2020 dumpster fire ornament or something like
Or
that.
the
I got
fuck 2020 ornament that they did
right,
it in script and it looked like a snowflake.
right. The fuck, yeah, yeah. That was a good one too. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap this up.
All right. Well, we're going to tell everybody stay safe. We love you. Bye, Milwaukee. Wave Dave.
Oh, we're waving. No, we're gonna
Yeah.
say goodbye. That's what you
Bye.
forgot to do.